Hello, lovely peoples. How are you today? Welcome to my kitchen. Hello, Fajita Phantom and Pops and Fallen Age of Fajita Phantom. And I don't know why you're rolling your eyes already, Fajita Phantom, but awesome. So here we are today. It's cold here. It's snowing. Texas snowing. I mean, this didn't even count as snow when I lived in upstate New York or Michigan or Chicago, but here we go. I do. So welcome in. I am here today in Dana's kitchen with the wonderful Robbie, who goes by Drink More Arsenic, if you don't know that anymore, but I advise, as a food and drink streamer, don't drink more arsenic. In fact, don't drink any arsenic. Robbie was shocked because he was like, I'm ready early. What's up with that? But he didn't drive to his workplace today. He worked from home. I worked from home. So we're pretty casual today. So anyway, it's cold, and that worked out perfectly with what I had on the menu, which is pho and drunken noodles. That sounds like just some yumminess on a really cold day. So that's what we're gonna do today. And we're actually doing two kinds of pho. So there is in this pot, of course, Robbie is doing his dog wrangling duties at the moment.
Hang on.
And 1, 2, 3, look, there we go. This one's been on all day simmering. I started it at 8 o'clock this morning, and we're gonna compare these two. Is it worth the extra effort in making the traditional pho over the quick pho? So it smells so good. How are you guys doing? This is what, so that's what we're gonna be doing today, but how are you guys doing? How's life? Is it cold? Did it snow? Are you in Hawaii where it's warm, or Australia where it's warm, and then you can just, enjoy your weather and not rub it in? Hello, Bravewood Beatery, how are you? Welcome in. I'm so glad to see you guys tonight. So, so here we are. Let's see, what can I tell you? I've got some noodles over here. Well, I don't have noodles yet. I have water that I'm starting to boil so that I can make some rice noodles, because we're gonna need rice noodles for all these dishes that we're making. I really wanted to find wide rice noodles. I went to the grocery store on Tuesday. I usually do this on Thursday mornings, but I thought weather might be bad. Let me go to the grocery store. Asian aisle, like half empty shelves. Well, maybe not half empty, but about a third empty. A lot of things were empty, like no fish sauce, no rice noodles. I had to order my rice noodles from Amazon to get them here in time. So no snow in Oregon and no snow west of Seattle. Okay, all right. Hopefully there's snow where you're going, Bravewood Beanery. I hope with your family, I hope there's snow since it's your snow vacation. So for noodles, oh yes, H Mart, yeah. So I plan on, with a couple of the other streamers here in Texas, Little Miss Nikki, if you're familiar with her, and Pantry Elf, and our plan is to sometime in the very near future go visit one of our Asian markets, and I'm gonna be, because apparently my gourmet grocery store decided to have a sale with 20% off all Asian food right before what Texans call Snowmageddon, because a 1/4 inch of snow just puts us at a complete standstill here. And so I had trouble finding some of the ingredients, but there we go. There we go. I know, that would be bad to not have snow for your snow trip. So all I'm gonna do first, while we're sitting here chatting, is I'm gonna go ahead and cook these noodles, because we're gonna need noodles for the soup and noodles for the drunken, noodles. That would be helpful to have it as well. Oh, I like the snowflake, that's awesome. I mean, we call it snood. Hiya, Mod Pro, welcome in. Welcome. How are you doing today? What brings you here? These are not coming out of this bag as nicely as I would like. So, and thank you for the follow. Thank you for being here. There's a chain called Central Market there. On the way I've been looking at the Well, that's so funny because when I was moving my daughter into her apartment in Seattle, we were like, that can't be the same Central Market that there's in Texas. There's one right not too far from her. But I loved their seafood section. It was amazing. The amount. Like here in Texas, we have a seafood section and the people there are very nice, but just obviously not the variety. It's mostly the basics that you need. You're just browsing around? Well, I'm glad that you came in here to browse with us. We're making some, today we're gonna make some pho, and we're gonna make, because that's what Kelsey wanted, so hopefully she shows up at some point, and Drunken Noodles. And that in the background, by the way, is Rocky, our velociraptor. If you've been in here, most likely you've seen him, heard him more often than anything else, or seen him trying to steal things off of the counter. So when he gets into full mode, Robbie goes into dog wrangling mode. So there we go. Hey, Darth! Darth, thank you so much for the subscription and thanks for being in. Thanks for being here. Are you off the air already? Are you done with your stream already? I didn't get a chance to go in there today because we were really lazy and we just missed everything. So, oh, you didn't stream. Okay, well then I didn't miss anything. So, well, welcome in.
Didn't think I saw a notification.
I did, yeah, that's true. That's true. And let's see. Hi, Gray Dust Kaya. Welcome in. We also need to give a shout out to Bravewood Beanery as well. If you're not following Darth is awesome. Is now streaming Mondays through Fridays and maybe on the weekends to play some games. That was really fun last Sunday to play some games together. Oh, you had to stay late at work. Oh, the road. Yeah, see, the roads are horrible here, but they're horrible for Texas roads, right? We don't have like snow removal or anything. So a quarter of an inch just kind of puts us at a standstill. All right, I need to put these noodles in the water. These are just rice noodles, and we need a lot of them. So hopefully this makes enough. If not, we've got plenty of time to make more. All right, so I've already been cooking. I started cooking at around 8:30, somewhere around there today on that. So, hi Elser, how are you? I'm assuming it's a lot warmer in Australia than it is here. So, what I want to show you, and hopefully I can get Robbie to press the button, but he's got a dog doing this in his arms right now. This is the pho I've been working on all day long. And I wanted to tell you what the process is of this so that when we taste both this and the quick pho, that we know how much longer this took and decide, is it worth it? So the first thing I did this morning is I got out some meat bones. I had some oxtail and then some random meat soup bones is what it said on the package. And I blanched them, which means I put them in boiling water for about 20, 30 minutes to let all that foamy stuff get to the top. And then I took the meat out and I put it on a pan with some onions and ginger and garlic. I roasted that in the oven for about 45 minutes. Cleaned out my pan because we don't want any of that scummy meat stuff on the top. And then, although if you're making a, I'll come up with the word. It's a soup. Consomme, that was the word. See, I got it, words are hard.
I was going to guess tomato soup.
So in a consomme, when you're making it, all of that foamy stuff comes to the top and you make what's called a raft. And you're trying to get all of that because you want the really clear soup. So in pho, they have you blanch the bones first so that scummy stuff doesn't come up to the top of it. Because pho is supposed to be a super clear soup, right? You're gonna lurk? All right. It takes so much patience, yeah. But so I roasted the bones and the veggies, then got them back into this pot with some water and some spices that I put in a little sachet thing. So it was fennel and star anise and cardamom, cloves, something else. I toasted those, put those in a little sachet that's still in there, and I've just been letting it simmer all day long. So it's reduced by about half, so that it should be pretty concentrated in it. So a little bit later we'll strain all this stuff out of it and have our nice clear broth to put over the noodles and the meat and veggies and all that good stuff. So there we go. You're getting heavy snow showers after tomorrow? Yeah. Oh, I do like cardamom and ice cream. I actually made a cardamom ice cream. It was cardamom and something else. We made it here on the channel, on the stream one day. I like cardamom. I didn't know how much I liked cardamom until I started cooking with it more often. Like, it was just a spice, but once I really had a week where I kind of concentrated on it, it was really good. And I'm like, ooh, I like it. I even went to a restaurant where they did a peach cobbler, and I could taste the cardamom in it. And I had to ask the chef. The chef came by and I said, okay, I taste the cardamom in here, but there's something else really bright and acidic at the end of it. And he said, yes, it's Riesling. So I was excited that I could pick that stuff up. So there we go. So I think I want to get the other soup going, the other pho going first, so that it can sit and have like 45 minutes to really let flavors marinate together. I know I love cardamom and I love chai. And see, I didn't know that, so I just learned something new. I probably like chai because I like the cardamom and all those lovely spices. They have made your life better. It's taken me a little while. Like last night, we used the Fallen Age, we used the tangine last night, and I did chicken. And the one thing I'm finding is that if I'm gonna put cinnamon in it, I've gotta put it in towards the end, because there's something about when it cooks down, I don't like that flavor, but that's just me. Hello, Penelosa. How are you doing? And I am the only lady here, so I assume you're talking to me. Hey, look, did everybody notice we got the sound right on the first try? It's always good. Okay, so this recipe, what I thought was funny is it said authentic pho broth, and then it has non-authentic pho broth. So we're gonna make the non-authentic pho broth next. And we're going to need ginger, garlic, shallots. What else do I need? I need some green onions. I need some chicken broth, which is kind of weird to me to have chicken broth when this is beef. And we're going to be putting this over beef, over flank steak. So it felt weird, like, why chicken broth instead of beef broth? Anybody know why? Because that was perplexing, and a lot of the quicker cooking phos have chicken broth in it. Some say you can use beef or chicken, but a lot of them were chicken. It was interesting. Hi, C Films. I'm doing pretty good. So here, we'll do this. This is the pho. So it doesn't have pork in it. It actually has beef. So we're using beef bones in there, oxtail, and then random meat soup bones, whatever that is. So there we go. All right, so let's get started on this. I gotta watch these noodles. I don't wanna overcook them, because rice noodles don't usually take very long. I was thinking of making my own rice noodles, but do you know how long that process is? It's crazy.
5 minutes?
No. Oh. All right. Actually, I think I need to take those off already. So we'll do that. Beef is best for pho, yeah. I like yuzu. I don't have any of that today. I thought about buying some for and making Robbie find a drink where we could have that. But we'll have to do that some other time. So we're going to be doing a beef pho, and then we're going to do drunken noodles. And the drunken noodles are going to be have shrimp in them. Now I will tell you, there's a restaurant here called Malay. Some people say My Lai. I'm not exactly sure how to say it. I've heard it both ways, even from the people who work there. And they have drunken noodles, and I think that's what Robbie gets every time he goes.
Okay.
So that's why I thought, let's try it. But he always gets chicken or beef. So now we're gonna try it today with shrimp. So, all right, let us get up the stuff prepped for this new pho. And we'll do, I don't know if I've got this, Malays. Is that how you say it? It doesn't have an S though. It's Mailai.
Well, that was Malai.
No, I think it's 2 words, isn't it? I mean, you can look it up. I don't know. Anyways.
I just work here.
And they have one of my favorite cocktails every time I go there. This is what I probably should have made Robbie make me, is they have a lemon fizz. So it's got lemongrass and flavors and Prosecco, and it's so good. Oh, Malays. I get it now. I get it.
She's a little slow sometimes.
I did have a shot of espresso before we came on, so there's that. Wait till that kicks in. Okay, I need 1.5 shallots. So we'll do that. Is this on the right place? Okay, there we go. Perfect. You like my notes over here? Here, I'm gonna drop that off the thing. If I keep that there. So shallots. You know, I was using shallots a lot at one point because I do like, a lot of times if I'm just cooking for Robbie and I, an onion is too much. And, you know, why use a whole onion you're gonna put in your refrigerator? It's gonna go bad when you can use a shallot and get a similar flavor. Plus, I like the flavor of shallots a little bit better myself, generally speaking. Let's see. You've never had coffee, C Films? I mean, Robbie wishes he'd never had coffee. I'm guessing. I could be wrong. When I went to Italy years ago, and it was quite a while ago, I had to come back and get a new coffee maker because the coffee was so good. Getting espresso in the morning was so good, cappuccino later in the day. And I was like, none of the coffee maker I had was a drip coffee maker, and I was like, oh no, this will not do. And since then, my coffee drinking has improved. So, oh, is there a number for the dessert goal? It'll be the same as last month, right? What did we have last month?
It's 5,000 again.
5,000 bits, yeah. So we just started that because we cooked on Sunday. No. Was it Sunday? Oh yeah, Sunday. On Sunday we did the dessert.
It's been a long week.
I just keep getting more and more clients, and so my weeks are getting longer and longer. Yeah, we did the chocolate caramel rouleau, which was so good. And then the bacon explosion, which Robbie took to his house, and then his mom and his sister came over, and they ate the rest of it. And I got thank you notes, so I guess it was good. Do I need to do this? Let's see, how does it have, yeah, they want me to dice this. So in a traditional pho, you put all the vegetables in there. I didn't mince them or anything, and they've cooked all day in there, and then we're gonna actually strain all of those out of it because we want a nice, clear, plain broth, so.
Popscockles cheered. X500. Make Robbie chopped and ass
Well,
claw.
thank you. Thank you so much for the bids.
No.
Oh, no, what?
Me, I'm up.
You're up. Oh, yes, Robbie has to cook. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, Robbie's going to cook for 5 minutes. Yep. So, if you don't know this, if you cheer 500 bits, Robbie has to take over for 5 minutes. So, thank you. Okay, so you're going to chop these, dice them like this.
I should have been watching you. So am I slicing like that first?
Nope.
Oh, like that?
You go this way. Do you not watch Worst Cooks with me? So dun 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 dun, and then you go.
But don't
Not
cut
all the way through. Exactly. Thank you so much. It's always so much fun to watch him do this.
Have I ever sliced an onion this way before?
Yes.
Why don't I remember it?
Probably because you wanted to forget. There we go. Now we can see the top of Robbie's head. Woohoo! Kelsey will be sorry she missed this.
She'll have to wait her turn.
All right, now you go the other way. But don't chop your fingers.
So is that good?
Look, he's rocking the knife. Look at that technique.
Kind of. Oh.
Luckily, it'll taste good, even if it's not the
Hey, I'm right
most perfect
here.
chopping.
I'm right here.
All right.
Not terrible. I kind of got them everywhere. Ooh, with a bench scraper. Mm-hmm. How exciting. That goes in there?
Mm-hmm.
Ta-da! Oh, there's a whole bunch on the knife, too. They just stick to everything.
Yes.
One done. One more.
Let's see. Yes, not being scared of the knife is the biggest one. I'm always amazed at when parents are like, my child cannot use a knife. I actually was a Girl Scout leader, and so even when the girls were like in 3rd and 4th grade, we'd go camping and I taught them how to use a knife because I think it's better for them to know how to safely use a knife, how to safely pass a knife to somebody than it is to be afraid of it, right? I don't think Robbie's afraid of the knife. Robbie is more afraid when I use the knife, I think.
Well, I think that's why I go slow, though. Is so that I don't have to use one of the patented Dana's Kitchen Band-Aids on the show.
Are they patented now?
They should be. I haven't gotten around to that yet. All right, what's next?
So now you need garlic. And you are going to need 2 cloves.
Do I just smash it?
However you want to get the cloves out there.
Hulk mad.
Does that work? Is that working for you?
It's making a mess.
Is this how you guys get a clove of garlic out?
1.
That's 1.
There we go. 2.
Okay.
And I made a good mess for
Here,
you.
I'll take this for you. How's that? You didn't make it for me. You got to clean it up before you chop
Oh.
it. The Robbie smash. It's the new way to get your cloves of garlic. Hey, okay, can we get some of this other stuff so we don't end up with it in our soup?
So picky. Am I smashing this?
Yes. Do you remember how to do that?
Well, blade away from me.
Okay. There you go. Look at that. You
Now
slam
what?
the garlic too? Well, you guys can have a chat on the most effective way to do that.
Now what?
Take the paper off.
Okay, done.
Okay.
You know, I remember once upon a time when I was just going to be the camera guy. I wouldn't have to talk.
He was so excited. I have somebody who cooks. I don't have to cook.
Just wondering what happened to my life in the last 9 months.
9 months or 5.5
This doesn't-
years?
Well, whatever.
All right, that needs to be diced.
Do I have to cut it like that again? Or
You're
does
going to
it not really
slice
matter?
it, and then you're going to have to go 2 directions. Yeah.
Might as well just line this guy up then.
Okay.
I'm in the zone.
I found some decent garlic. I was so excited.
Uh-oh.
Hi,
Thank you for the
Toby.
raid.
Thank you for the raid. Thanks for coming in. We're glad you're here. Hello, hello. Welcome in. I am Dana, if you don't know. This is Robbie. This is the wonderful Robbie who has to cook for 5 minutes because Pops donated 500 biddies. And when that happens, Robbie has to take over for 5 minutes.
Does that look
And
good?
so he's trying to mince some onions here. All right.
You mean garlic?
Garlic. I don't even know. Okay,
It's
so
very
now
sticky.
I'm going to show you. Yes, garlic is very sticky. So now you're going to take your knife. I got to demonstrate this for him, okay?
You're going to show me the right way now?
And now you're just going to rock it to make it a little bit smaller.
So we're destroying it.
Well, you're making it smaller, so
Mincing.
yes. So glad you guys are here.
So how do I do that without it just sliding everywhere?
So what's up, Pink Pearl? What's up, Tubbs? How are you guys doing? We are here today. I should probably tell you what we're doing. We are making pho, and we are also going to make drunken noodles. And we are going to be comparing some pho that I've been making since 8:30-ish this morning to pho that we're going to make really quickly here, while trying to keep the dogs quiet. That may happen, may not happen. We don't know. So you're working like always. Okay, now that can go in here. I'm going to have you do one more thing. And you get to choose ginger or green onions.
Green onions.
Okay. So the garlic in here can go both in here. Yep. Is Rocky too loud? I mean, I don't know what to do about him.
Would you like to go separate them while I chop onions? Do you need both of them?
I will. Yes. And so what you're going to want to do is, first of all, take off any stuff that looks like this. So like you want to chop that off in this. And then when you're cutting it right about here, whites and the light green
I
goes
can't
here.
even hear you.
Hey, hang on. Hey.
Those dogs.
Okay.
So I think she said to just cut it.
You're going to slice it.
Here?
No, slice it like
Oh.
this. But everything below where I had my finger goes in one bowl and all the green stuff goes in the other.
How big? There?
No,
Thinner?
a little bit smaller, thinner. Whew. Hey, here's Rocky. I'm going to stand here with him and babysit him.
That's usually what I'm doing behind the camera.
Yeah, he's usually standing over there with him.
Am I stopping there?
You can go a little further. Yeah, so I wish I could say they're playing. He thinks they're playing, but I mean, Otis is 14 and a half. He'll be 15 in June. So he's really a grumpy old man, and it's like, I don't want you.
Just leave me alone. Let me
Just
sleep.
leave me alone. So, no, you're not going to go over there.
Don't do that. I just used the knife instead of the bench scraper.
Uh-oh.
All right, so then
So the other one goes in the
sorry,
other bowl.
remember.
Yep. He's just a big baby. Shh. See, he's happy. He's wagging his tail.
He's happy he's getting attention.
Oh my goodness. All right.
So how's everyone doing? Anyone else have crazy puppies? Any crazy pets?
Pop said his cat and dog get like that when they play. I think it was Pop's.
got that with other cats. It was a problem. Is that where she told me to stop?
I'm knocking stuff over.
Chef!
You're done? What?
Is that where I'm supposed to stop?
You can go a little further. Look at him. He did a good job, didn't he?
No,
I
I'm
know he
stopping.
wants to play. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Next is Ginger. The homework soundtrack. Perfect. What kind of homework are you doing? I decided I did not
All
want.
right, I'm walking away. Walking
You
away.
did a good job. I give you a thumbs up. I decided I wasn't going to probably finish my PhD because I really didn't want to do any quantitative statistics homework. Scared of a blunt knife, for sure. Blunt knives are way, way worse than a sharp knife. I 100% agree with that. All right, that's for you, Robbie. All right. Okay, you did a good job. All right, so now what we're gonna need is about a tablespoon of ginger. This is probably smart of him not to want to do ginger. I'm making floor ginger, in case anybody cares. Oops, there goes some ginger on the floor. I'll have to go pick that up in a second. Although I don't think it's gonna hurt the dogs. And a lot of times I will grate my ginger. Oh, there it goes. All right, it's funny when you hear that noise from Rocky, he's usually upside down and he looks broken. Because he gets upside down and he's lifting his top legs up. So, does anybody else have a dog that looks broken like that sometimes? So the Rocky. But I'm gonna mince, normally I would grate the ginger, but today I'm gonna mince it instead on that. English, ooh, biochemistry degree. That would have been probably something, I always enjoyed chemistry when I took it, but I got turned off when I was in college back in the 80s, and my major was radio, TV, film, and I tried to take physics and chemistry and stuff, and they told me, oh, you don't need that stuff as a radio, TV major. I'm like, but I enjoy, especially physics. I really enjoyed physics. So, oh, you have fake injuries for attention?
No, that's what Rockies
do,
I think.
No, I have fake injuries for attention dog. That's what I got. That you have a dog that fakes injuries to get attention? All right. And we're just going to do this too with the ginger. Because I probably should have cut that down a little bit more because that was a pretty thick piece of ginger. So far, ginger, garlic, onion is the same. We're just not roasting it in the oven for 45 minutes before we use it. But we are going to put it in some olive oil, if I can find some, because I used mine up yesterday. And wasn't about to go out in the snow. And I have no idea what you're saying. Robbie's playing on the computer. For the stream, like stream stuff. Let me see, do I have olive oil? It's a terrible thing to run out of. Here we go. I do have a bottle. So we'll get this part started. And she limps and acts hurt until you pet her. I mean, that's pretty smart. She had to learn that from someone. Who'd she learn that from? All right. Honey, soy sauce, fish sauce. Okay, so I am going to add the olive oil and shallots. Oh, the garlic wasn't supposed to go the same time as the shallots. Oh well, it's going to. So we'll heat that up. Get this in a little bowl.
You're a lot faster at this.
I mean, I cook dinner and stuff. So there. It's a pretty smart dog. So my dog, Rocky is actually very, very smart and knows like, oh, she's saying come, she has a treat in her hand. I'm gonna go ahead and listen to her right away. And then there are times he'll look over and he'll go, Yeah, I'm pretty sure she doesn't have a treat, so this is more interesting over here, so. Sneaky. Sneaky. So I could not find, the other thing the grocery store was completely out of was star anise, or whole ones. And if you've ever seen the spice, it looks like a little star. But these are the little seeds that are inside that star. So we're gonna use a little bit of that in here. And I'm just waiting for this to get hot. And then we'll swing this over here so you can see what's happening. I don't think I have this on heat anymore, so we'll move this over for now.
Oh, it's heavy.
It's a little heavy. And that way you can see a little bit better what's going on. All right. Huh? At least the little bowls are easy to clean, right?
Yes.
That's just throw them in the dishwasher.
The dogs could almost do those.
Huh?
The dogs could
The
almost
dogs
do those.
could, yes. Depending on what's in it, the dogs would like to. I got Rocky to eat his dinner tonight by putting a little piece of the meat from the pho in there in his food, and he ate a lot of it. My dogs aren't spoiled. They don't get treats all the time. What are you saying?
I think that was you.
So how many of you have made pho before? And how do you do it? I'm trying to do this the way it says. I think I could probably make it taste pretty good just having all the ingredients. All right, we're gonna add the white parts of the onions in here as well, of the green onions. One of the things I love about Asian cooking is the amount of those of the green onions that they use. I love that. Anybody make pho? Because it's fine. I would, this is my first time making pho, so don't you get to hear that a lot from me? This is my first time doing it. I think it's because it's more fun to try things and have the possibility of being completely embarrassed because you completely messed it up. Also, there are usually people out there that know something I don't know. I love to learn from other people. You never heard of pho, P-H-O? It's a Vietnamese soup. Do they not have Vietnamese food in Australia?
It looks like it should be said pho.
It does look like it should be said pho, but and that's the way I used to pronounce it way back when, but I was corrected multiple times and told it was pho. Well, it's basically like a beef broth, but not a lot else. I mean, Mexican food is my heart. So after a good steak. When Robbie and I first met, we probably had Mexican food 5 or 6 nights a week. Or Tex-Mex. It wasn't always Mexican food.
And that's not an exaggeration.
I'm not exaggerating. I'm not making that up. All right, now we're gonna put the ginger in here. So the way you were supposed to put this in is put the garlic in now with the ginger. And I'm assuming that's because you don't want it to burn, because garlic will burn pretty easily. Fresh garlic will. But I don't have this on a super high heat. And I'm watching it. So I got it. All right, so graham, it's garlic ginger, 1 or 2 more minutes, and then we are going to add, it says to add your favorite store-bought broth. I don't know that this is my favorite, and we want about 3 cups of it. And I'm not measuring it because I don't think it's really all that important. Or eating a Vietnamese restaurant strike through, you don't eat much soup. Well, there you go.
That explains it.
Yep. Hey, so Pops, what is your favorite Mexican food? Because if you're out there in Seattle, I know Kelsey and I have looked for some really good Mexican food, and it's pretty challenging to find. We are in Texas, so it's really easy to find, and Mexican restaurants that aren't very good don't stay open very long.
Which is why when she visits, she's having a lot of
Yes,
Mexican
Kelsey's
and
like,
Tex-Mex
let's
food.
go here for Mexican food, and let's go here for Mexican food. Honestly, one of my favorite places, there's this one Mexican food restaurant not too far from us that is, the kitchen is run by an actual chef and has the best red fish tacos. It's so good. All right, I also need some anise. I'm not gonna put a lot in here since it only calls for 1 star. And the problem is that this isn't gonna strain out as easily as a great big star anise is going to. I need some fish sauce and some soy sauce. And I am using tamari instead of soy sauce because it doesn't have the gluten in it. That's the other good thing about Asian food is you can, usually there's something that's pretty comparable in replacing things that have gluten in them. How much of this do I need? If I get on the right page. Half a tablespoon of soy sauce, half a tablespoon of fish sauce. That is a tablespoon. Take these apart a little bit easier. So, chili rellenos. Ooh, Colombian style chicharrones. Man, I love chili verde. That is so
really
good. We're making tamales on Sunday. I have to go find my tamale recipes. Robbie and I have not made them since our cooking class, which was 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So it might be kind of hilarious. And hopefully my son will show up to help with the process of the tamales. It's no fair. Well, you live in Australia and it's not snowing and currently 20 degrees outside. So, I mean, take your pick. Okay, so there we done. That's everything that's gonna go in here. And what does it tell me to do? Fish, cover, and simmer for 15 to 20 minutes. It's probably gonna be on there longer than that because it's gonna take a little longer to prep all the other stuff. But longer cooking is not bad. 20-pound bag, so we're not making that many. At least
We would need a lot more help.
I don't think, yeah, we'll be doing that, but maybe. All right, next. So Drunken Noodles have, and pho, when you present it, have a lot of elements to it. So there's a lot of mise en place. Luckily, we've done some of it already for that. And so let's make our little, oh, look, there goes my recipe, Robbie. We are going to put on our plate when we start making our pho. We're going to get some, I've got mint and Thai basil, which I normally have in my garden, but I had to buy it this time because, you know, freeze.
That is a good question, though, Elster.
What? Why is it Drunken Noodles? That's a good question because there's no alcohol in it, so I don't know. Maybe it's because the noodles are like drunk in a broth. Maybe it's a funny way to say soup-ish. Like, it's not quite soup, right? So, he is a pain. If I could just teach him to cook, that would be awesome. Then he wouldn't hopefully get the attention he needs from you guys. So we're gonna take, let's see, some basil. That one's not very good. Basil goes bad so fast when you pick it. And I think, Rocky, buddy, Get
Who,
down.
me?
Get down. They were cooked in rice wine or something. Not the recipe that I have. So I'm using Jet Tila's recipe for drunken noodles, but maybe maybe that is traditionally how they are cooked, and the recipe I'm using is not. That's very possible. So here's our basil. I could have chiffonaded these, but I didn't. I don't know if that's the past tense of chiffonade or not. And we're gonna have some Thai basil for this. Oh, that's mint. Oh, I did the regular. I just did, no, was that the Thai basil? I've got regular basil and Thai basil in here. What did I do? Mint. Oh no, that was the Thai basil. No, it wasn't. That was the regular basil. All right.
What's the difference?
Like, what's the difference between a pink lady apple and it's flavor. They taste different. They're different varieties. So we'll do the mint. I need basil for something. It may not be for tonight. I may need that basil for something else. If you can't find Thai basil, you can use regular basil. It'll have a slightly different taste to it. If you're ever growing Thai basil, it grows really easily, at least down here. Make sure you've got it someplace where it's not going to drop its seeds every place else, because it is prolific. It will, like, I had one pot, and as it started to flower, I wanted to keep a few of the flowers because they're really pretty. They're purpley. Oh my gosh, I had like 1,000 Thai basil plants growing in the rocks underneath it. It's crazy. All right, that's mint. Let's put a little mint there. And now we'll do some Thai basil. Of course, now I'm out of little things. Little things. Oh. So Robbie, how was it working from my house today as opposed to your house?
It was a disaster.
It was a disaster.
The internet was slow.
What?
Had one screen.
Okay. He's complaining about all the things. I'm like, why don't you use the computer in my office that has 2 screens and is connected to the wall? And he's like, no, it's not your house. It's the work computers.
The truth is, I want to be out here by the fire.
We did. We had a fire in the fireplace all day. So I went in the office to do my work because I couldn't use the laptop in front of the fire because.
Thank you for helping me be safe today and not drive in the ice.
You're welcome. And it's not like it was super bad here, but it is like people don't know how to drive in it here. She doesn't understand. I mean, I have 2.
I'm real close to going up to 3. Because, yeah, from 1 to 2 is life-changing. And I think I could use a 3rd one.
Well, and I was doing so many things like group supervision with students and lots of Zoom calls and classes, and I had to be reading or looking at something or sharing something, and that just is hard to do if you're just on one screen, you know? There were a lot of things. I bought a new computer, then I got a new monitor, got a bunch of new stuff for my office at home. How many other people, did you guys do that too when the pandemic started? Because I did. All right, we're gonna chop some, does it want jalapeno? Yeah. So we're gonna slice some jalapeno here.
So it'll be just like when I went from 1 to 2. I'll go from 2 to 3 and be like, how?
How did I live without it?
I think I could use 4, honestly, but one step at a time.
Might be ridiculous. We could get you one of those really big. Have you guys seen those like really big monitors and they're curved, but they're like this big? You haven't seen Jackson's?
I haven't seen his in person. I know what you're talking about.
That's what he has. He has that plus 2 other monitors in his office.
Oh, well, now we're talking. My third one will just be a new main curved one.
If you got the money, honey. All right.
Costco has one on sale, huh?
There you go. Fallen Age always has where all the sales are. If you get into the Discord, Fallen Age will very often say, hey, look, there's this new cooking thing. I'm going to go ahead and leave the seeds and everything in this because Robbie likes it spicy, and the hot sauce I have is a medium hot sauce and not a real spicy one. And the thing that's cool about pho is that you can just really pretty much put anything you really want in it. All right, thinly sliced red chilies. Well, luckily I have one of those. Some of these are just gonna get piled on this plate because I'm gonna run out of these. Shh. And this is just a Fresno chili, if you're wondering. So jalapeno and Fresno. Oh, you can't see the price. Well, you know, we can all help you with that. Some of us. It's a 1-up arcade cabinet. So apparently you can't see it unless you're a member.
So you'll have to look it up.
You're a member too.
I'm not.
Oh, I thought you were.
I have in the past. I'm not currently.
Oh, okay. I can do that. Is it a specific one? You can, if you put it in the whispers or on the Discord, I'll look it up for you later. Not right now. Oh yeah, you're in Australia. It is probably different. I can't really help you with that. Never mind. I didn't even think about that. All right, so the other stuff we're gonna need is things like hoisin fish sauce, chili sauce, lime. So we'll leave all of those until later, but we got some of the stuff out here. But you can make a really pretty table and leave this stuff out so people can put their own spin on it. We're also gonna get some bok choy out here, but I don't wanna do it too soon. Ooh, this can probably be turned down a lot. I'm gonna need to do the noodles at some point. I'm gonna need my wok. All right, how about if we start on some Drunken Noodle stuff? Yeah, put in the Discord. I mean, maybe it'll let me go to the Australia Costco. I don't know. I can always try. All right, so nobody let me forget the bok choy, because that is, of course, another one of my MOs is to forget something at the very end. That's supposed to be doing. Okay. You know what? Before I start on this, I think we're going to have Robbie make us the cocktail he was going to make us. Because I have had a shot of espresso. I'm doing pretty good, though. I'm not like bouncing off the walls too much. If you're not in the Discord, I will post recipes there if you request them. So the bacon explosion, actually there are 2 recipes for bacon explosion in there. Beat Healer, who is sometimes in our chat, put her version in there. Rocky. I'm yelling at Robbie. Rocky, get down. And the version I found is in there, as well as the chocolate caramel rouleau recipe is in there along with photos. And I'm always looking for recipe ideas and what you guys would like to see, because sometimes you come up with stuff like Spunk TJ in Germany will come up with some German thing I've never heard of, and it's interesting that I haven't heard of it since my dad was from Germany, or my grandfather was from Germany. I better get out of his way.
Hello again.
He's back.
The very tall person's back. There we go.
What kind of glass do you want for this?
Whatever.
How many ounces is it?
Math.
You're an accountant.
Like 5.5 to 6.
Okay. So do you feel it's like martini? Is it going on ice? Is it up?
It said ice, but also you could use the whiskey rocks if they're in the freezer.
They're not in the freezer.
Oh, they're not in the freezer.
Sorry. You gotta let me know these things ahead of
And
time.
I don't normally drink this, so this is really for Dana tonight, but I'll at least try it. I found this because it's called
Something like the
like
winter
the
warm-up.
Blizzard.
Oh.
It's on the screen, yeah. Blizzard Cranberry Bourbon Cocktail. There we go. Right in front of me. This is why I don't remember anything anymore. So I guess I am gonna make a double batch. Oh, I need ice. Forgot about ice.
Yeah, Robbie's not typically a bourbon drinker, so next time I go to Kentucky, anybody want to go with me? Because I want to hit the bourbon places. We went to a bourbon taste. Well, we went to this little place. It was cute. What was it called? The Train Depot or something?
Where?
In Kentucky. Remember how we drove to that little place?
Yeah, it was like the train depot or something like that.
Yeah, and it wasn't a play. It wasn't like a distillery. We didn't go to any distilleries, but they had a bunch of different of the Kentucky whiskeys there, bourbons there, but they also had wine tasting. So that's what Robbie did. He was drinking wine in Kentucky.
So that just happened.
What did you do?
I went to shake it, and the lid's not on.
Oh.
Nobody clipped that. Don't be mean. It's on me.
Oh no.
I got red on me.
Are you melting? I'm melting. All right.
And we haven't even had a drink yet.
This happens more often than I would like on the channel. That we miss.
All right, let's try this
before
again.
we're drinking.
Look at that. You put the cap on correctly, and it doesn't spray all over the kitchen. That's Robbie's pro tip of the day.
Check the cap.
Check the cap before you
Check
shake.
the cap. See, Robbie doesn't like scotches either. He doesn't really like any. He doesn't really particularly care for brown liquors or gin. He likes vodka. He likes the things that don't taste much like anything or that are sweet.
I like stuff.
But my mom used to drink scotch, but my mom did not drink good scotch. My mom bought scotch that came in a plastic bottle.
Yum.
But we've been watching Mad Men, and it's funny because I see some of the cheap scotches from back in the 60s that my parents used to, well, my mom used to drink.
Which one of these should I use?
Oh, for the simple syrup?
No Zool in the fridge today.
Yep, there's no Zool.
We got rid of them. And then lemon juice is one of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't do this one. Hang on. I think this other one is good. So I almost always have some sort of funky simple syrups in the refrigerator because I like to play with them. Yeah, let's use that one.
Okay. All right, we're all set now. I think.
Do you need ice in your glasses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 ounces of, that sounds like a lot of simple syrup.
I would do
Should we
half that.
half that?
Yeah, half that. Hendrick's gin is good.
We can always add some more if we need to, because that's...
You like Johnny Walker?
1 ounce of lemon juice.
As long as it tastes, I mean, there aren't very many alcohols I don't like. I've had a few. I don't like super sweet ones, but they're okay if they're like maybe a small part of a drink. Do you want a lemon garnish?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Shake, shake, shake. Elsa.
I'm gonna try and make a pretty garnish here. Again, not my, I need to take like a garnishing class or cooking for art class or something.
All right, that should be good. That's nice and cold now.
Is it?
When you can barely stand to hold the glass, you can probably stop shaking.
All right, I've got cranberries here too.
Wow, that made a lot.
Well, yeah. There we go. Not beautiful, but you know, kind of cute. Let's see here. Cranberries last forever, man. I would have to play with this. This is why I wish I didn't have to work full time, so I could just play with
So
food.
you could just drink all day? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I was gonna say play with food. Smart Alec. Hello, Taylor Knott. Or not?
Hello.
Hello, welcome in. All right, here, look at that one, see?
Very nice.
And then we'll go like that. And Robbie's gonna take a picture of his beautiful creation. It's also a festive looking
It's only
drink.
really pretty because of your thing.
No, I think the color's really pretty.
All right, but
Maybe
now
we-
for the moment of truth. How does it taste?
I like it. It's very bourbon forward. I'm not sure you will.
There's some bourbon in there.
So,
But it's got enough of the sweet stuff that's actually not too bad for
so
me.
if you wanted it to be a little sweeter, you could add more since we halved the amount that goes in there.
I might have to.
So Taylor Knott, welcome in and glad to have you here. Where are you from? What brought you here into Dana's kitchen? We're taking a break. We're gonna be I'm gonna start doing all the mise en place for the
smells
Drunken
good.
Noodles. It does smell good. I mean, it smells like bourbon, but he says he doesn't like bourbon.
I'm enjoying the taste of all the other stuff that's covering up the taste of bourbon.
I see. All right, can you come and clean your mess up, please? As he goes over here. All right, we got some stuff to put together because this is going to come together very, very quickly. And for those of you who just maybe came in here, we've got pho going, and I've got two different ones. I've got one that I started this morning, and I'm making completely even the broth, everything from scratch. And we've got one here that's a quick one. So there we go. I don't, oh, thank you for the follow. So glad to have you as part of the community. Oh, thank you. Well, you picked out a good thumbnail. Apparently the thumbnail looked fun. So that's good. Taylor says she clicked on the stream because we looked fun in the thumbnail. So thank you. That is awesome. Yeah, you can look at some of the highlight clips, such as how long does it take Robbie to figure out that it's not vodka in a tequila sunrise?
Spoiler alert, way too long. Way too long. That was not a good day for me.
Yeah, that
or
was
my
pretty
best
funny.
moment.
Yeah. But don't worry, I make way more mistakes than he does, so it's always fun. All right, so yeah, we've got two different ones. We wanted to see how much better the pho that you start at 8:30 in the morning and eat it, 12 hours later is versus one that only takes like a half an hour to make. So, oh, Elsa redeemed Puppy Cam. Puppy Cam.
I'm done cleaning. I can do that for you.
Puppy Cam? All right, we're gonna get Puppy Cam. We have two dogs, if you're new. We have Rocky, who is our Velociraptor, and he's still in puppy phase. He'll be 2 this summer. And then we have Otis, who's been around for 14 and a half years. Those are our 2 dogs. So now, Robbie, you don't have the nice thing to just sit on the floor with them. Uh-oh. All right, what do I need to do here? Where did my cookbook go? There it is. So I'm gonna be cooking from Jet Tila's book tonight. And we are gonna, first thing I wanna do is I wanna prep the shrimp because we're doing a shrimp drunken noodle thing. And I'm gonna prep these. And I'll do it here so you don't have to look at my backside. Otis is, I don't know, where's, you can go find. If you got a treat, he'll follow you. Rocky is very food motivated. If you have food, he will follow you. It's the only way. He likes to climb inside the couch and the chairs, like go underneath and get inside. He's destroyed all my furniture. I need to do the other part of this because we don't want that in our food. Wait, I wanted to do this the opposite way. We're gonna put this stuff in here because this bowl is dirty. Let's not put our clean our clean shrimp in a dirty bowl. Oh my gosh. Maybe I didn't have enough caffeine. What do you think? Should I do another shot of espresso? Otis is 98 in dog years. Yes. Yes. The fire is awesome. It's been going since, I don't know, probably about 9 o'clock this morning. Yeah. Since both of us were working from home today. And it's very cold for Texas. So Taylor, whereabouts are you from? Are you here in the States? Are you someplace else in the wide world? What am I doing? Everybody, you gotta keep tabs on me. All right, I'll put this over here. Putting the wrong thing in the wrong place. Here we go. Now I got it. Canada, yeah. So you would go, boy, that's spring. Like 24 degrees that it was here in Texas. You know, it snowed 1/4 of an inch and oh my gosh, the world had to shut down. Schools are shut down. People were told to stay home. Doctor's offices canceled appointments. So there's that. So how cold is it where you are in Canada right now? You'd love to stay home. Hello, Morphine Bear. I mean, I gave my clients yesterday, so I do clients via telehealth on Tuesdays, and I also see all my supervisees. And then on Wednesdays and Saturdays, I see everybody in person. And I made it that way so that I could stream on Thursdays and on Sundays. And so my days are really busy because I'm trying to get a full work weekend in 3 days. And I gave everybody the option yesterday, like, you know, if the weather's too crazy, you don't have to come in. And only my last one canceled. The rest of them were like, no, we'll come. 65. Oh my gosh, that is so cold. The gritty gamble didn't work out well for some people last year. What was the gritty gamble? I'm not familiar. Do you know that? Sometimes I'm lame and I don't know things that everybody else knows. I try not to be lame. I do know what Twitch is.
Now.
No, it's kind of funny though, because you know, I go to the grocery store and sometimes because of the ingredients I'm buying, people ask me what I'm making and I tell them, oh, I'm gonna be making this for my stream. And the younger ones are always like, oh, do you stream on Facebook? And I go, I stream on Twitch. And they're like, you know what Twitch is? Because I guess they haven't been around adults who know what Twitch is, or 50-something years old are. So.
Okay, Pop, so you were talking about our situation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was terrible. I lost power for 2 days.
Felt way longer than that.
Robbie left me to go to his house that had intermittent power.
Mine was off and on every 30 to 45 minutes.
And then I said, you know what? I'm not doing this for another night. So we went to Robbie's parents' house, who were on the same grid as a hospital, so they did not lose power. And then my power came back on like 5 hours later.
Great, so we got back here to check things out.
Yeah.
You were lucky you didn't have any busted pipes like
No
some people in the
yeah.
neighborhood.
But I don't know that they've done anything to fix the power grid here.
They said they did.
Yeah, but they haven't said, when you go, what is it that you've done?
Stuff.
They haven't changed
And
any,
things.
haven't changed any laws or regulations or anything, so the chances of it being anything.
It's
They-
fine. It's only once every 10 years.
I know, I've already been through it once before.
Even though that's all anyone would talk about with the storms coming was, are we going to lose power again?
Yeah. This is kind of gross right here. I usually do this underwater, but by the sink.
Yeah, everything pretty much shut down around here today. And a lot of things will still be closed again tomorrow.
Exactly. Reserve games in Texas had, yeah. It is good that they didn't get Strongers for political jokes. Yeah. Soup can. Did I? I did.
Good
Thank you.
catch.
Thank you, Soup.
Thank you, Soup Can.
Thank you. I mean, because these are U15 shrimps, so they were not cheap ones. I wanted them to look pretty in the bowl. I'm going to rinse all these off after I'm done, by the way. So, but thank you, Soup Can, for being a first-time chatter and letting me know that I did that. I do need chat to help me sometimes, like count, remind me to drink something, remind me to use the right ingredients.
Like the right basil.
Yes, yeah. The right basil, or just like garnishes. I'm terrible. Look at that. Ugh. You guys don't want to see that. That's gross. Okay. Yeah. I forget the garnishes of things a lot, or that last finishing flavor. So, hi, Knives. It is going to be cold tonight. It was cold last night, too.
Even colder tonight.
Do I eat the head off of a fried shrimp? I'm assuming you meant fried shrimp. My fried shrimp, I've never had fried shrimp come with the head on. So, yeah, have you ever had fried shrimp with the head on?
I don't think so.
You've had bouillabaisse with the head on.
Yeah, but I think I just tore him off.
I don't know that I've ever eaten a shrimp head, but I've cooked with it, right? It makes a really good seafood broth. It has lots of flavor in it. I can't say that I've eten one. I've
Would
sucked
you
out the inside of a
if you
crayfish, a crawfish.
So you would if you did.
I would at least try it one time, yes. Hopefully not doing this face while I'm doing it. Uh-oh, dogs again. I had a lot of these because originally when I bought these, my youngest was going to come and join us for dinner. But I'm not too worried. I'm pretty sure Robbie will eat kimonos too. Have you, Morphine Bear, ever eaten the head off of a shrimp, fried or otherwise? It's aggressive, Chaz. Do we need to change the station? I know Robbie's always afraid to touch that kind of stuff once we're on the air. Oops, that goes over here. You know what was great? These U15 shrimp. I said I need about 15-ish shrimp. He counted 15 in there, and they were 1.03 pounds, which is what it should be, because it should be
So
15.
accurate measuring.
It was accurate measuring. They did good. You don't like shrimp? You'd eat it because you can swallow it. Oh, you like eating fried crab shell. Now, I have done soft shell crab.
I do understand the texture thing though, because shrimp, if it's not cooked perfectly,
Oh, yeah.
it goes, yeah, it's not enjoyable.
It's the same with any seafood, right? Any seafood that's not cooked properly
True, but I
has
think
a
shrimp in
terrible
particular for some
texture.
reason.
I hate it. The inside of a crab. Fried crab shell. You ever eaten fried crab shell?
I think
Anybody
so.
else?
Boy, all the seafood talk is making me hungry.
I know, poor Robbie. He gets to eat much, much later on stream nights than on the rest of the nights of the week. We used to eat, because both of us were running around so much during the day, and hadn't eaten very much. We used to eat like at 5:30 all the time. Remember when we did the blue apron boxes for a while?
I do. That seems like a very long time ago.
It was. All right, I'm gonna wash these shrimp off. They are now ready for Drunken Noodles.
I'll grab the beer.
The beer? Oh. I get it.
Poor Elser. Elser said all the seafood talk is making me unhungry.
I can't believe you live in Australia and you don't like seafood, but I understand why. I do get it. Might be one of those things to figure out if you can enjoy it again. Although I have to say, you know, I've heard of people like, I don't like spaghetti because I burned it once. If I did that, like I burned something and so I was never gonna have it again, that would be just about everything. So he only eats emu. You need hypnotherapy.
You could
I mean,
do
it
that.
works. It does work. There's somebody in my office who does hypnotherapy and
She could refer you to someone
neurofeedback.
else.
So it does help. But also if there's trauma around things, one of the really good things is EMDR. So if you're new here too, I'm a therapist. So I know such things, sort of. All right, I'm gonna make the sauce. How about if we do that? How much is gonna be in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna make it in this bowl. So I have never used sweet soy sauce, so this will be a new thing for me. So for Drunken Noodles, they use the sweet soy sauce. The other thing you would use this in is bulgogi. And we're gonna be making Korean tacos in a couple of weeks. And when we do that, you also use sweet soy sauce for that. And I've made bulgogi before, but it didn't call, apparently it wasn't a very authentic recipe because it did not call for sweet soy sauce. And so it doesn't come in small bottles. I could only find giant bottles. Get down, get down. I know we're gonna need some of these things in here too. I need a tablespoon of oyster sauce. I'm glad you're sticking around, Elser, even though this seafood, shrimp, fish sauce, oyster sauce. Uh-oh, does he have something? What's he got? Is he running from you?
The chase is on.
Uh-oh. I think I need this too. 1.5 tablespoons of fish sauce. He's not just curious. You've got bacon. Yes, you do have bacon. He is not just curious, he's a pain in the butt. But that's why we call him a velociraptor, because he tests constantly for weaknesses in the system.
Yeah, that almost required the Benny Hill theme.
So inebriated noodles, maybe that's why. Oh, we need the Benny Hill music. Did you ever watch Benny Hill?
No, but I do know what you're referring to because yeah.
Because what?
Nothing.
Oh, I don't need the tamari.
It's about to go on a really random tangent, so.
I
we
like
won't do
randomness is good. You know what's sad about that is it was super inappropriate because my dad used to watch Benny Hill when I was really little and my brother was really little and he would put that on. And then he convinced family members who were very conservative. He's like, oh, you got to watch it. It's hilarious. And we turn it on and, and there's like half naked girls running across with the music and the Benny Hill. My dad's laughing and they're all like, so there's that. All right, I need a tablespoon of sugar. It's, I don't remember a whole lot about it just because I'm sure a lot of it went over my head because I was pretty young. I'm not going to be using sriracha. I'm going to use this Korean hot sauce instead of the sriracha. I think it has a better flavor to it. Someday, though, we'll make our own sriracha sauce here. As a matter of fact, the Malay, how are we going to say it? They make their own sriracha sauce. That's why it's in those
That's right. And
bottles.
then they put it on the table for you in case it's not spicy enough.
Yep. All right, I need more Thai basil.
And that is a place where you definitely want to under order the spice level because it might get out of control. Because you can't take it out. You can always add more.
Right. So Robbie,
Boy,
who
that
is
place is
typically the give it to me as spicy as you have, and then he'll go, what? This isn't spicy, right? He ordered the medium, and he was like, oh my gosh, this is so spicy. So then I knew I want mild.
Yeah, their spice level's on par with like the hot chicken places.
So Benny Hill played there for years. I think it was on here. It may still be on someplace. I don't know. I need my knife.
I don't mind if it makes me sweat. I need to have some good flavors to go along with the spice.
I mean, when he's telling me something is spicy and he loves Nashville hot chicken, it's spicy. So that was some Thai basil. It was about 6 leaves of Thai basil. And then I need some garlic. And you know what? I'm going to stick this shrimp in the fridge until we're ready to use it. I'm also going to I've got a flank steak here. So I'm going to stick that in the freezer real quick just to let it firm up a little bit because we're going to be shaving this really thin. And it's so much easier to cut really thin if it's a little bit frozen, but you don't want it too frozen. Let's see here. You'll never admit defeat on spice. You're weak when it comes to spice. I used to be able to do a lot more spicy foods until my stomach said, no, you can't. So that's what happened with me.
That will be a very sad day.
So Pops in you. Hey, Kiko Gomez. Thanks for the follow. Welcome into the community. So glad that you are here. We're just talking about spicy stuff. So Pops, you and Robbie should probably get together and have like a spice contest there. I don't want my tongue on fire either. You only had 3 main channels free to air TV until 2000. I would say I grew up, I think we had more than that. I remember when we got our first TV with the remote control, it still had the dial on it. And I think at that time we had ABC, NBC, CBS, PBS, and then I think we had 2 UHF channels. So I think we have 5, maybe 6. But we had the remote control was 1 button and it clicked. So turn the dial, click, 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 click. So anyway, you love spicy foods. Well then you will get along with Robbie.
Very much so.
I like spicy foods too, but I don't like them too spicy. All right, this also calls for a minced clove of garlic. I'm excited to taste the 2 different pho's to see if you need to spend 12 hours to make a good one. It was the only thing that made them palatable for a while. What happened to make your meals unpalatable for a while? You can't get your Indian curry. See, now Indian food, man, that's one of those that sneaks up on you too, because sometimes It's like you taste it, and it isn't until the moment after you've got a lot of it in your mouth, and all of a sudden it's like, and it attacks you. Hello, Thorns Live. How is it going? Welcome in. I know how to cook spicy. I do it for Robbie. He did like the Nashville chicken. So on Super Bowl Sunday, we're going to be doing some Nashville sliders. So I'm going to cut the chicken up into little pieces and then have that hot sauce that I made, except I have more cayenne pepper so I can make it even spicier. And the sauce, woohoo! And then we're going to put it with French fries. So hey, Thorson Live, where are you from? Welcome in. Let's see here. You like spicy, not hot. Okay, I got it now. I mean, it could be just that I'm reading stuff fast and trying to do other things, so it's usually me.
Thanks for staying up late with us.
I'm so glad that you're here. Oh, you're from Germany. Awesome.
It's already Friday there.
Robbie's so jealous. He's always so jealous when it's Friday someplace else. He likes it there. Military food, canned foods get old, yeah. So I have my grandfather. I grew up with a lot of German food, but I've been finding a couple of other people from Germany in here that tell me about foods that I've never heard of before. My grandfather was from Dusseldorf and came over to the United States, I don't know, probably around 1930 something. And then stayed.
My family came over in the 1800s. It's that long ago, but
yeah.
I forget where they're from. I'd have to look it up.
See, I even know Dusseldorf. I don't know where my grandmother's side of the family is. Thank you. I enjoy my knife when it's sharp. But that's another thing chat usually has to remind me of is like, Dana, go sharpen your knife. What kind of foods? We have excellent questions. So tonight we're doing drunken noodles with shrimp. So a little kind of I think that's more Thai. And then we're also doing pho, which is Vietnamese, and I've got two versions of it going. I have one that this morning I blanched the bones and roasted bones and vegetables before putting them in the broth, actually in the water, so it made the broth. And so that's been cooking all day long. And then I made a quick one that's on the burner now simmering. Unless I turned it off, it looks like I turned it off instead of simmering. Let's turn that back on. That uses chicken broth, and we're gonna see how different the flavors are. They certainly look very, very different. So that's what we're doing today. Hello, it's going great, Miss Kelsey Lewin. It's going great. Can we show, let's show Kelsey this. You don't even have to do anything, Robbie, I do. Look, this is the pho that we're working on right now. I don't think it looks much like pho. It needs to simmer, but let me show you this one. This is the one we started this morning. And look at that. So we haven't strained anything out of these yet. We're letting them just sit there and marinate all those flavors. And we're doing that. So now I am just doing all the mise en place for the drunken noodles, because honestly, once you start cooking that takes less than 10 minutes. So you don't have time to do anything. So this is the sauce. I think it's going to need to be spicier than that for Robbie. So I'm going to get some sambal olik out.
Yay, spicy.
And put some of that in there for Robbie. I'm not going to do too much. He can always add more in if he wants. So we'll put a little bit in there. Make it a little spicier. I'll leave this out in case you want more.
Are you gonna skim the fat or do that way later?
So I blanched the bones, so there's actually not a whole lot of fat in there because it already had the raft of scum, beef scum and stuff, so yeah. So we'll see how it turns out. It may still need to be cooled down and have that fat off it. I won't do that tonight, and there's plenty of this we'll have left over. So it may go into the refrigerator and then take off the additional part of that. But when you blanch the bones, you get that scummy, fat stuff on the top. So hopefully that took enough of it off that you're not going to have that. You'll have a real clear, nice clear broth. All right, so sauce is made. So now I am going to need more garlic. So Kelsey, you missed it. Robbie had to do garlic, onions, and shallots earlier today because Pops redeemed timing me out for 5 minutes, so Robbie had to cook. So it was the first time he had to actually do all that stuff on his own.
I've seen so many onions cut on TV, and I don't think I've actually...
I think you have, actually, but maybe not.
Well, it must have been so traumatic last time that I forgot about it and blocked it out.
I mean, he's really good at it.
That was like an hour ago.
So I think she's saying because I've got more garlic out.
Oh, because I know what I would actually know what I'm doing
Yeah.
because it's fresh in my mind.
Yeah, exactly. So it's one of our redemptions for those of you in chat who don't know is that you can time me out. I'm having a tough time with these cloves. They are not cooperating.
We never have to worry about vampires in this house.
Always so much garlic.
So much garlic.
But you must not have ever done garlic before that you were like, oh, it's sticky. Yes.
Well, we're glad to have you here, Knives.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much. We're only pretending to be sweet.
I'm not pretending. I'm not pretending.
We're nice people, but we're not always sweet.
I guess I can't speak for Dana, though.
Roasted garlic and goat cheese. That sounds wonderful. Goat cheese is another one of our favorite things around here too. I've got goat cheese.
So we should start warning viewers that they should bring a snack to this because they're gonna get so hungry. But I really need a snack when we cook.
You know, when I first started, I was making like little appetizers so you would have something to eat. Do you remember that?
Yeah, what happened to that?
I stopped doing it. Most of the time. Rocky is out there barking. Better outside than in here. Do you know what I mean? Like, people can be really nice, but they're not always sweet.
I'm always sweet. And a perfect gentleman. See, she has no retort to that.
Can somebody roll the eyes but say this is from Dana?
I could probably make you one.
My look is more like than Robbie's. Ugh. From Dana. Thank you, Fallen Age.
Dang it.
All right. So now we've got some minced garlic here. That was 3 cloves. Because if you're going to tell me it's 2 to 3 cloves, it's going to be at least 3 of garlic. I think I can put this over here now. I'm going to get out a couple of eggs because we're going to need those. So we'll just put those in a bowl so they don't roll away. All right, now I need some serrano chilies. Whew. The garlic is sticky. All right, serrano peppers. I am going to de-seed these. Oh, actually it says just to slice them thin, so we're not gonna de-seed them. So there we go. Hello, Spud TJ. Thank you so much for being here. We're making pho, and now I'm prepping all the stuff for Drunken Noodles. That is what we are working on. Because I know this is going to come together super fast. This is a lot of serrano chilies. I think I started cutting that one, but that's a lot, especially with the seeds. That's a lot of serrano chilies. I guess I got to slice them now. I guess I don't have to put them all in there, huh? Do you guys ever pickle your chilies? I like that because then you get a little less heat, but you get all the flavor, so you can taste like the flavor profile of the chilies and not just the heat. Well, I mean, I pay for it. So like I could go buy eggs for like $3 for a dozen, and they'll be your white eggs with the pasty yellow inside of them, or I can pay $5 or $6 for a dozen. And what I realized is these taste so much better. So this is one of those things that I decided was better to spend the money on and buy good free-range eggs. Oh, well, I'm so glad you dropped by to say hello. And hopefully you'll be back when we start tasting all this stuff that we've got here. You miss having chickens and ducks? Yes, so we used to have a couple of houses ago where I lived, and Kelsey used to ride horses there, as did her brother, and they had chickens, and they would let the kids, if they wanted to go collect eggs and stuff, go collect the eggs, and those eggs were awesome. Fresh eggs. So were you on a farm, or did you just have a large piece of land? Because I think it would be fun to have some chickens. I don't know if Robbie would think that.
I grew up on a farm.
Oh, you get free eggs. That is lucky. You don't get cheap eggs, but they still don't look as good as mine.
There you go. Another reason to get chickens.
Someday, or you'll visit a lot if I have chickens. That is tempting, very tempting. Okay, I need a white onion. I thought I had half a white onion. Did I still have a half a white onion? Or did I use the whole onion last night? I guess I used it all. I also need, would you do me a favor? This bok choy needs to be cleaned. Can you?
Cleaned?
Yeah, can you wash it for me? Pull several of these apart and just make sure.
Fold it into like 5 pieces, 6 pieces, and wash it?
Yeah, just wash maybe like 6 of those stalks there. Okay. It's handy to have a second person in the kitchen sometimes. I'll let you name all of the chickens, Kelsey. How's that? They won't let them in this neighborhood though. And nowadays they have I'm sure they've been around for a long time, but they're more readily available, or just some really cool looking chicken. This is an excellent question, Fallen Age. Okay, how about if everybody gets into this game? If you were to name a chicken, what would you name your chicken?
Eggy.
Eggy? Okay, that's... All right, where's slices? I slice it pretty thin. It's about time to go get this sharpened again. About 5 or 6. Let's see here. Happy. By 6 months, they forget their names. Do you mean at some point they remember their names? Because that's cool. Eugene. So Texas zoning laws, but they're still HOAs. I live in a neighborhood, and there are zoning laws. You gotta always have onions. That's my feeling because I cook with them so much. All right, that's sort of in that bowl. Not exactly, but kind of. And then I have the noodles. I need a bunch of Thai. Uh-oh, that may be a problem. I may not have bought enough Thai basil. So we may use some of this regular basil and some of the Thai basil. You have to carry them around? Marcia. Okay. Cluckers. Hi, Claire.
I like cluckers. That's good.
Happy is good. Okay. Pop says Chris Hemsworth. We do have, there's an acquaintance of mine, just right there's fine. I have an acquaintance, I won't say friend, it's not like, we have some of the same friends and get together sometimes that way, and she has like a whole chicken farm, like things that are like schoolhouse and stuff, but they're all chicken coops, and they have names like Chris Hemsworth, and they're hilarious. Now, Kelsey, didn't you show me at some point it was some, what was it? It was, I thought it was a Twitch channel, but I could be wrong, where it was chickens, and it was just a camera on the chickens all day, and then if you did so many bits, it had this little thing that exploded foods out at the chickens. Do I remember that correctly? Or not? Because it's possible I'm just crazy. All right, we're gonna put all that in there. And I need my tomatoes. And they are back here hiding from me. And we need to have these, and we're just gonna put them right back in there. Our chicken life. So if you wanna watch chickens and you wanna feed them, Our Chicken Life on Twitch. I need to check that out again. Because wouldn't it be fun, like you're watching yourself feed the chickens? Pretty cool. So no, the tomatoes aren't for the pho. The tomatoes are for the drunken noodles. The bok choy is for the pho. But I don't even think, when you get at Melee, when you get the drunken noodles, does it have tomatoes in it? I
think so.
I know my glass noodles does. All right, I think that's gonna be plenty, because we only need about a half a cup. So these will go over here. Oh my goodness. You gotta stay out of the way, buddy. And then we're gonna slice some bok choy up here. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, does that make sense? Oh, thank you, Fallen Age, for giving a shout out to Our Chicken Life. They'll be like, who are all these new random people in here? Why, they're my peoples. I don't want to do this all tiny. I want it to look nice in the bowl too. All right. So, what am I going to do? What am I doing, Robbie?
Are you grilling it?
I'm not going to grill the bok choy now. All right, let's start. Wait, actually, you know what I want to do before that is I want to go ahead and strain the original pho. Grilled bok choy is an amazing. I'll have to try that. Ooh, spiced butter. That sounds good. No, they can be. I just want the green. I wanted the green for this, but you can cook with that, and I've eaten that bok choy, and especially if you get the baby bok choy, it's really good if you saute it. So we're gonna do this. We used olive oil in the pho. I think I'm just going to use vegetable oil because my peanut oil is in the garage and I'm too lazy to go get it. Yes, yes. So we want about 3 tablespoons. So in a large, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And I need to move. This has been on long enough too. Oh, right. I said I was going to strain the other stuff first. See, this is what I do. I'm like, okay, I got a plan. Now let me totally mess with the plan. So before we do that, let's strain the pho. Oh, did I put water in? Did you put water in with the shrimp shells?
No.
I think when you were washing the box, Troy. Let's get that out of here. I will need your assistance on this part. All right. Let's see if I've got something. I'm trying to decide what to strain this into. Let's do it into a bowl. We're going to be doing this over by the sink though, and I'm going to use a chinois because it's the thing I have that has the finest mesh on it, so it'll catch anything floating in there. So that's what we're going to do right here. You'll kind of be able to see us over here. If you want to pick this up, you can either hold this or you can pour. Which do you prefer?
Go into that.
Into here. As carefully as we can.
So the big stuff can come out of there?
Yes. That's why we have the chinois. And there's some yummy goodness in there that we're going to take out later and use for something. Oh, I got to take the meat out. I've also got to do the meat. Okay. This can go back into that pot. And there is quite a bit of like residual fat on the top of that. So I may be dealing with that later. Now, one of the most important things about pho too is that you want it to be really hot because you're going to be putting raw meat into the bowl, or at least in a traditional one. You will be. We'll do this so we don't get stuff on our vegetables. So many things. The one thing about Asian cooking, particularly like Thai, Vietnamese, Chinese, Japanese, is so much prep work. Like the cooking time doesn't take long on anything, but all the prep work ahead of time does. So we want to slice this really thin and we want to do it against the grain because it's going to just barely cook in that broth.
You have a friend.
Who wants some meat? Yeah? Do you guys see him? Here. There he is. This is where he usually is if I'm cooking. He's right here. See, pretty perfect framing right there, if I do say so myself. And this recipe only calls for about 1/2 pound, and this is about 1 pound flank steak. So I'm gonna do half of this, and then probably tomorrow I'll do a quick stir fry with the rest of it.
You messed up cutting. Did you go with the grain?
Yeah, did you go with the grain? Because especially with like flank steak, that gets super chewy if you don't go against the grain. Because you guys know that, right? You got to cut against the grain. I did a demonstration in the early days of the stream with straws. Do you remember that?
Yes. Dana still occasionally does that.
With the grain, yeah. It happens. It happens to the best of them. I've seen professional chefs on cooking shows go, oh, I totally messed that up.
You're either in a hurry or you just looked at it wrong. Or...
Yep. Okay, I think I'm done cutting things, so we'll set that over here. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. because that's really for the again. Get down. But there he is, in all his pain in the buttness. I think I need a bigger bowl than that. We'll put it in a bowl. Now that I just washed my hands, now I'm going to touch it again and get this out of harm's way.
It's like you don't feed this poor dog.
I don't know what to do with him anymore. Get down. Get down. Okay, here we go. Are we ready to start cooking over here? We'll move this over here so you guys can see. Especially if I mess up, you get to see all of it live right here at Dana's kitchen. Woohoo! So we're gonna start with this. I need my drink. That's number one. Robbie's already done with his. Apparently that job doesn't require as much concentration as mine over
Or
here.
does it just require more beverages?
Maybe it's that.
Like this many.
Oh, look, it's Darth's. One of Darth's emotes. Words.
Okay, you do have the burner on. That's a good start.
It's, oh, yes. And I need to get the other ones going because this doesn't need to be on a burner. I do have another burner going too that I didn't know that I still had on. So I'm gonna turn these on so they get really hot.
So you've talked about wanting a 6-burner stove, but you seem to have difficulty managing 4.
You have something right there. just, you know. He is a Hoover dog. One of my good friends from high school has a dog, and his head is about counter height, and he knows they taught him well not to jump on the counter to get anything, and that he's not allowed to put his paws on the counter. So he'll just walk by the counter and he'll have his big tongue out. So anything that's this far on the counter is fair game according to the dog, which I think is hilarious. All right, put some garlic in there. And as always with garlic, just be careful not to overcook it. You're really just looking for it to start getting fragrant so you can smell it when you're doing it this way. I'm only going to add half of these serrano chili peppers in here. You may add more later if you wish to make it spicier.
Understood.
But that's a lot.
Oh, no!
Kelsey Lewin cheered, X500. But can Robbie manage 4 burners?
The answer is probably no.
He's only got 3, but I guess we're gonna find out. Thank you, Kelsey. Okay, so now
Thank you, Kelsey.
You're gonna be cracking the eggs in there and scrambling them and putting the serrano peppers in there.
This seems like a time-sensitive situation here. So am I
Kinda.
doing that right now?
Yes.
Cracking egg in there? What do I put the shell? Do you have a trash bowl?
Trash bowl's here. Or you can put them back in this bowl that the eggs are in.
Well, there's a good egg still there. Ah! It slimed me. That's right, you're not supposed to crack stuff on the edge. I know better than that.
You got to start scrambling
Well,
them.
my hands are a mess. Hang on.
Oh my goodness. Hang on, I'm just doing this because I don't want that to not work out, Kelsey. He'll have an extra minute added on because of that.
Time penalty.
Time penalty.
All right. Wow, that's really hot.
So when they're just about set, you're going to add the onions, tomatoes.
They look pretty set.
All right, you're going to add the onions and the
All of 'em?
tomatoes, all of them, and the shrimp. And I'll get the shrimp for you. Where are they? Oh, they're in the refrigerator.
Tomatoes.
Yep.
I can't
tomatoes.
handle 1 burner. Me and my big mouth
Here,
getting me in trouble again.
and put the shrimp in there.
Shrimp now?
Yep.
Plop.
It's chaos! The pan
Chaos.
fried jalapeno. Those aren't jalapenos. Those are serranos.
Yeah, the ones where they can be really hot.
No, that's shishitos is what you're
Oh.
thinking about.
Serrano.
Serranos
shishito.
are definitely hot.
Anything else? Am I just stirring this?
No. Yes. We want the shrimp to start turning pink.
Turn pink shrimp. Does talking to it help?
Oh my goodness, these noodles dried out a little too much. Let me see if I can revive them. They're
There.
a glutinous mess. I did them too early. All right. Learning curve number 1. Don't make rice noodles too far in advance.
I'm glad we have the wireless mics, or I'd be like, there's no way they can hear you. I can barely hear you.
Me? All right, we're gonna put some noodles in here.
Some of these were turning pink.
All right, keep going. Do we need to turn the heat up a little bit, or
Or do I just need to like let it sit for a second?
maybe? We'll turn them up. I mean, serranos, there's a different flavor profile for them, right? So it kind of depends on what I'm doing to whether I like, here. Is that better? You guys can see him? Can see the sweat, can see him going, ah!
No, the screaming's just on the inside. Turn that guy over.
I'm gonna put some noodles in here.
What are you doing?
I'm putting some noodles in there. You put the, but I can't use all of them.
I don't mind the flavor, but when, in the past, when that was on the wheel of death,
Here.
I had to eat 3 in a row one day, and
Along with
that
the-
was awful.
Along with the extra sour things. You need to put these in there too.
Oh.
I got the noodles in there for you.
Yeah, that was a really rough day. I didn't think I was going to make it through the stream. 3
He sat over
habaneros
there. He
and
was very quiet after that.
I do not
Don't need
recommend it.
that.
1 is bad. 3 was pain. This is looking good. I haven't ruined this yet.
No, you still
Yet.
have 2.5 minutes left.
Thank you, Kelsey.
They can be if they're not. So I like it like if you make something with the habaneros first, like a sauce or something, and then you put the sauce on something that you're eating as opposed to putting the habaneros directly into whatever it is you're cooking. So I think it can have it if you can monitor the flavor a little bit. So these are not the nice wide flat noodles that I wanted for this, but
I think it looks really good.
it is what it is.
Just need to make sure the shrimp get cooked.
Yes. So what we can do is turn off the heat and just put the lid on
turn
it.
Off?
And just put the lid on it and let it steam for the last couple of minutes. Yeah, there'll still be plenty of heat. So how about if we do that?
So now what am I doing?
Okay, so now let's start prepping our pho. Okay, so we want some noodles in both bowls. Remember, your presentation matters here.
Hi, Rocky. This is a lot easier on the other side of the camera.
Now we see how it's hard for Dana.
Good
There
enough.
we go.
Good enough.
Okay,
All right.
thank you. All right, so you need to put some noodles in both of these. They're over there.
Those. Do I need like a fork to do that with, or
I did it with my hands, so up to you.
what? If that's allowed. Noodles.
Can you make them look
Noodles.
nice? Just throwing it. You're not Jackson Pollock here, so. Okay.
More?
That's good. That's good. All right, so now you can set those down. You can put a little bok choy in there. But what I think is really pretty is when you put things kind of like you're making,
That's
like
this?
not just, just not mixing everything together, but kind of putting it in little things. Probably a little bit more than that, especially in this one.
This one looks very sad.
Yeah. You want to put some meat in both of them?
Is that even cooked?
No, it's not. Has he not been listening to me? Did you guys hear me say that the meat was going to cook in the broth? That's why we wanted the broth really hot.
I mean, listening's clearly not my thing.
He's putting one piece of meat in.
Oh, is more than that going in? I don't know. Some more.
More.
I'm hearing more. I mean, I just threw in the noodles. She says it's
Do you want to keep
Jackson
going?
Pollock. Then I get in trouble for doing the meat too slowly. Is that all that's going in? Is the meat? Do I need to like make it go around?
No, just do this. And kind of.
Well, it's not all neat now.
No, but
The
it looks
meat
nicer.
isn't neat.
It's not,
My sister is laughing at me.
That's not new, is it?
Yes.
All right, my fingers have meat on them, so
Do mine.
You're done.
I'm done.
If you want.
I'm done.
You're done. Thank you,
Thank
Kelsey.
you, Kelsey.
I hope you feel like you're getting your money's worth. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna put some more stuff in here. I'm gonna put a few peppers in each of these. But you can actually, if you want to, just put the noodles and the meat in the bowl, and then put this other stuff on the table, and everybody can put what they want in there.
It looks good.
So that's probably good. This is definitely going to be hot, so we're going to put this in one. And so the idea, Robbie, is that you get really hot broth.
So hot that it cooks the meat.
That it cooks the meat, exactly.
So it'll be like half an hour before I'm able to eat it.
No, because you can eat rare meat.
We have not done a dog treat making stream, but that's,
I made
a
pupcakes.
treat.
I made pupcakes one time for Rocky's birthday.
And they made a mess.
They made a huge mess, but we could definitely do a dog treat stream. Maybe that's what the sub-goal one thing can be. By the way, guys, for tonight and tomorrow and on Sunday, those are going to be the last 2 times you can get a rock by subbing. So I'm going to get this all in the broth. Oh, I put the same broth in both of them. Dang it. That is not what I meant to do.
Third bowl on the way.
Boy. It's going to have to be a white bowl because the black bowls are someplace else. But I guess that'll help us know which is which, huh? Because I was heating the other one up. All right. So we've got some noodles in this one. And this one has, rather than a beef-based broth, it is a chicken-based broth that I just bought at the grocery store, one of those boxes if you weren't here. So we'll put some meat in here. And then let me wash my hands again. Food safety, everybody. Remember in the beginning when we used to sing the Mana Mana song? When I washed my hands? Mana, Mana. But nobody's Mana me back, so that's it.
Destroy the car.
Puppuccinos, they destroy your car. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing any puppuccinos for sure. And we'll do a few peppers here. And then I'm going to go over to this broth.
So
Uh-oh. This broth cooked all the way down. There's no broth. There's literally no broth, people. There's literally only onions in there. There's no broth. So guess what? I guess the long cook one wins.
Well, there we go.
So there we go. That's disappointing that we don't get to taste the other one. All right, and then why don't you come over here and taste this, and I will make a plate of the noodles. Luckily it didn't burn, because that would have been a pain to cook. But feel free, put some other stuff on there too. Like we can put some of this on here. We can put some fresh Thai. Oh, this is the mint. We can put a little mint on there.
So fancy.
Mm-hmm. We can put a little Thai basil on there. Okay, and then if you want, you can always
there's more?
Yeah, you can put a little sauce on there if you want.
Have I ever had this before?
I don't know. I don't think you've had it with me. But you could also add more fish sauce if you need more salt or umami flavor, so you can do a lot of things. A beautiful mistake. I know, I'll have to figure out what to do with the onions for sure. So let me finish making this plate. But do you see how we just turned off the heat and then that finished cooking these?
I do.
It's not the pretty noodles that we get at the restaurant, but I bet it'll still be delicious.
How is it?
That's so good. So, so good. All right. I know that you want a fork. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yummy!
Yes, and we need to make this plate pretty for a picture, don't we?
Thanks for redeeming that, Brittany.
Yes, thank you, Brittany. I'm glad to see you in here. All right. Do you want to take a picture of that?
Do I?
And here, we'll put a few of these right here on the top too. Because you know, you got to have your pictures, right? By the way, if you ever want to see some beautiful food, if you haven't checked out Rusty, he's not in here tonight, but his Discord, he actually, and you can participate. He has a dish pick and a pick. So anyways, and you can submit each week before Friday, and then people vote on what their favorite is over a couple of days, and somebody wins. And if you win, I got a fidget spinner, I've gotten a magnet, and if you win 15 of them, you get a t-shirt. And so far, only Kanara's gotten a t-shirt. So that is something fun
One
to
day.
do too. Look at that. Your friend freaks out when you put the sauce directly in the broth. How else are you supposed to be doing it? Are you supposed to like put it on one of the little spoons and put it in that, or how do you put the sauce?
Can't take you anywhere, Dana.
You have it. This is my kitchen.
Oh, okay.
That's good. And the shrimp are cooked perfectly.
Well, I'm very happy I didn't mess that up. Mm-hmm. It's got some pretty good spice to it.
Especially if you pick up one of those jalapeno or serranos and put them in your, because the jalapenos are there, these are serranos. That is really good. It is a little like the one
Like the one?
that you get all the time.
Oh, the Drunken Noodles?
Uh-huh. Yes, the Drunken Noodles are like the Drunken Noodles.
You know,
A small dish and dip the bits in it. Okay, well, I guess that's one way to do it. I've also seen it done this way. All right, I didn't try this. Have you tried this yet?
I have not. I didn't know how long I had to let it sit in the broth to cook.
Oh, Look, your sister's giving you a compliment. You should enjoy that.
What does she want?
All right, so what I think, look, I have 2 different chopsticks here too. I think what I would do next time is maybe cut these in half so that I have a little bit smaller piece of meat.
That is a pretty big bite.
Yeah. But I made it happen.
So you're saying that the longer cook is better?
Yes. We now know. I mean, I'll have to make the other one at some point just to try it. But I got to tell you, this broth, like, has such a depth of flavor because I don't know if you guys saw all the soup bones and stuff that we had in there. But I mean, this, like, here, you have to lift that up. That's a lot of soup bones. Here was our spices and then the onions. Like the onions are just like falling apart in there. So I'm gonna there's a lot of beef in here. We could totally put that in our soup too. Whoops.
Well, I guess we are.
And there it goes. Or you can make a sandwich out of it. But don't throw that good stuff away. Use it for something else. Because that meat has been cooking it's been roasted and then been cooking in that broth.
All day.
All day.
So I was still hard at work.
Because look at that. Oh, so good.
I guess I actually need to try that, huh?
You do.
Can I move this?
Yes, I'm done with that. But you may not have my cocktail and I'm going to take it before you steal it.
Mine's empty. You need to learn how to share, Dana.
I did. I'm sharing the meal I made with you.
Okay.
All the groceries I bought. Yes, thank you. It is very good.
Well, spicy.
Did you put a pepper in your mouth?
Uh-huh. Oh.
Oh yeah, Brittany. So that was our drink of the day: a Blizzard cranberry bourbon cocktail. It's pretty simple, but it's really yummy. But what we did, just so you know, that calls for 1 ounce of simple syrup, which we thought was a lot for a drink. If you like sweeter drinks, do the ounce. We tend to like tart drinks here more, so we only put a ½ ounce in there. This is so good. Is that not good?
It's good, but oh man, that bite was spicy.
Well, yeah.
I'm hurting here.
You're hurting. Did you try the shrimp?
Ever since the habanero day. Now I have the hiccups.
He gets
Excuse
the
me.
hiccups now when he thinks something is too spicy. It's really hilarious.
It's not funny.
So funny. I've never seen
and that never used to happen.
Never seen that. He does like really spicy things, but there was a day he had to eat habanero 3 times, plus then he had the crazy sour warheads on top of that, and that was hellfire.
Yeah.
And
I do like spicy. It's just every now and then if there's not, like if it's just spice, that's where my stomach's like, wait a minute. We remember this.
mm-hmm. Can you tell we're hungry? Because
Man,
we're
that's
just
so
here
good.
And that would be good with the beef, too.
I think we
Or
made enough for
chicken.
everybody.
There's a lot. You want to come on over? Because I thought
Just
I was
be
having
very
another
careful.
person.
The roads are hazardous.
Because it's Texas. But
There you go. We got people coming over. Just be careful. And I didn't shovel the walk, so.
you know why?
Because it's like an inch of snow.
It's not even an inch of snow, number one. Number 2 is, do you have a snow shovel?
Garage.
Oh, do I have one still?
Although it's probably safer walking on the snow than if I shovel off the
It's-
snow and then there's ice underneath.
Yeah,
it.
there's probably ice on it. It was sleeting this morning.
And the freezing
very-
rain last night.
Very noisy. Very, very noisy. Here
Oh,
comes
man.
the velociraptor again. You trying to find something? Is it past your bedtime?
He just wants a little bit of what's in here.
We did pretty good, like a little over 2 hours. That was pretty good. You're from New Mexico, so do you like spicy foods? We actually cooked from Albuquerque.
We sure did. What did you make,
Not too long-
enchiladas?
Enchiladas.
Was it red and green?
We made red and green enchiladas. And then one of those was so spicy, you were like, oh my gosh, this is so spicy.
I think it was the green ones.
Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, so that
that's
was
good.
really fun because we got to get some ingredients that are a little bit more challenging to find here when we were cooking there. I still have a bunch of the spices, so I'll have to do something with that at some point. Maybe I'll make something for the tamales.
That didn't go well.
Yeah, you didn't do that one real well.
Sorry.
Well, we're tiny and your head is cut out of the thing, so it's all good. All right. It's been a long day. So let's see. Who else is on? Does anybody have any suggestions? I think I have food stuck to my teeth. Sorry about that.
I'm sure you do.
I'm a mess. I have made a mole. I've made mole before, and Robbie has loved the mole. He loves a really good mole. It had like 26 ingredients in it. I think the only thing I made that had more than that was when I made the bolognese sauce. So, who knew that mole and bolognese sauce have in common that they have 20 plus ingredients in it? So, all right, let's go see Way Bread, another cooking streamer. Let's give him woo and show them how much fun we are. And thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. Sorry we didn't get to show a second type of pho on here, even though that's what I spent the entire time cooking during here. So let's go. Thank you so much. On Sunday it is tamales. We'll be on at 5. We hope to see you there and have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you guys later.